Hello, my name is Jacob Porter, and today I'll be talking about my technological innovation, which is cryptocurrency, and I'll be also showing my website about the subject. So I designed this um, website using HTML and CSS, as well as cPanel, which is the host of my website. The only thing I used here was the file manager to host all my files in the public directory. Um, And the nice thing about cPanel is that it automatically will point to index.html when you go to my website, which this is the case for just about every other web host as well. Anyways, I used my index.html kind of as a template for the rest of my website. And I found this easiest because the main, for example, the header, the table of contents, things like that, I need on every single page. So I made this index first, and from there I was able to make all of my other pages. So one of the first things I did was link this to a style sheet that I designed as well. This is a basic style sheet. It just includes some header stuff as well as my background and other text coloring that I have added. Next, you can see I have some meta information for search engine optimization. So if this website, were to stay public for a while and be out there and get views, these are some of the keywords that will have somebody like Google or Bing might pull up my website if these keywords are used. From there, I just have a pretty standard table of contents, which is kind of my menu, some JavaScript from a previous assignment that using Sakai as well as other research online. I was able to put together this, which displays the current date in this form of the day, the week, the month, the day, and then the year. So I have that on my front page as well. And then it kind of just goes into the main body, which is going to change for every page. I changed the background color so you can read the text a lot easier than just having my image in the background. And I thought that definitely stood out. And it was very useful using the div tag for that. Kind of let me just customize just that paragraph so I didn't have to worry about changing the background of my whole web page. Another thing about the design of this website is the background and the banner here, which I designed using a website called Pixlr. And essentially what this is an online Photoshop or picture editor. So to give an example, you can add many different layers of whatever images you already have, or you can create new designs here using their tools and essentially make your own designs. So looking at this one here, I started with a background that I had already, added my own text to it and adjusted the colors and the sharpness on there using these tools over here, as well as the layers on the right. I also added a blur filter up top. Now that you've seen how the website was put together, I would like to get into the main topic of my website, and that is cryptocurrency. So jumping right into it, the purpose of cryptocurrency is to create a type of payment system that isn't regulated by one government or entity. The problem that some people saw was a high potential for corruption when currency is exchanged through a central regulator. So in those first two sentences, what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of potential for corruption today with the government being in control of the money. They control interest rates and the value of the money, the production of the money, and people saw this as a major problem. People also didn't like how there wasn't as much privacy as they would want when making a transaction online. So it was all these problems going on in the financial world just every day using money that cryptocurrency kind of came about. And using blockchain technology after its inception, there have been a ton more great reasons for cryptocurrency, and the technology continues to advance. Unfortunately, I didn't get to complete the video assignment from earlier in the semester. So what I decided to do was put a video that I watched when I was conducting the research myself. This is called Bitcoin Explained and Made Simple, and it basically breaks down Bitcoin to terms that are really easy to understand, and also gives great visual animations to go with it. Moving on to effects and impacts. One of the biggest benefits of cryptocurrency would definitely have to be privacy between transactions. Instead of having any traceable form of identity when sending money online to somebody, say either a merchant or even just some other person, um, you can now you now don't have to worry about that with cryptocurrency because of this blockchain technology, which I'll talk about in technical aspects. So an impact that it's had on society has already been huge within the past 2 years, especially. Looking over at this chart here, which I got from wallstreet.com, shows the crazy surge that the cryptocurrency Ethereum had in 2017. This is when it really started in the news with Bitcoin. Ethereum followed soon after, and you saw it just absolutely skyrocket. One field other than computer science, which cryptocurrency has a potential to impact, would definitely be the financial services sector. Like I've talked about previously, cryptocurrency could definitely be a great tool to invest with, especially to hedge against the stock market. So the idea is that since cryptocurrency is completely unrelated to the stock market in theory, if you have some of your money invested in there and the stock market crashes, you will have some protection with this decentralized currency that isn't reflective of the stock market. So just because the stock market crashes does not mean that a cryptocurrency will crash. And what I have here is the interest over time of the search term cryptocurrency. This is a screenshot I took using Google's search analytics tools. And just like Ethereum over here, you can see it was right around 2017, right around April, when you saw a major increase. And this actually shows after April too, when it was kind of a bubble, and now it's still much higher than before. There's still this maintained level of interest. But obviously all that huge initial excitement is now over. So next we will look at the technical aspects of cryptocurrency. And essentially, to jump into the first question, describe how user interacts with the innovation. There are two ways that somebody can interact with cryptocurrency. You can either be using the currency as money as it's intended, or you can be mining for the currency. Now on my website, I do go in depth about mining, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to talk about the innovation or the experience of interacting as a normal consumer. So to do this, you will have your own digital wallet, which will be online on any website. There are a ton of websites that will do this for free. You can also have your own encrypted flash drive, which it would be a local digital wallet as well. And you will use that wallet, which will have codes on it. And that will essentially be your ledger to send and receive money amongst recipients. And from there, it will go into the validation process using the blockchain technology, which I expand more on here. And I also found a video online explaining how blockchain works as well. Next, we will look at the relationship to data that cryptocurrency has. So describing how the innovation consumes and produces data, there's obviously the mining side and the consumer side. So looking at the mining side, to be a miner, about 10 years ago, you could have a normal computer and we'd be able to do these complex problems that are required. But today it is required to have a very fast supercomputer to be able to really be efficient and to mine any Bitcoin. However, this is one way that data gets consumed is a miner will consume these unvalidated blockchains, which are these unvalidated algorithms and math problems that have to be solved. And the miner will solve them, which at the same time encrypts them and adds more protection to them. And it will stay there until more miners encrypt it until it gets to a certain level where it can be considered validated. and that's how it produces data. Is after the miner takes this chain and takes this block and adds the chains to it, it will become a blockchain, and it will be produced and go back out as a verified transaction. So one storage or privacy concern with cryptocurrency would definitely be privacy of itself. And the funny thing with this is that this is one of the reasons why cryptocurrency was made, but at the same time, it's a problem because it makes it extremely easy for any hacker to steal bitcoins from somebody. If they were just to get your password, they can send themselves money and it would never be able to get received, things of that nature. And there's already been some concern with the technology itself being hackable. There have been articles about cryptocurrency possibly being an inside job, and the creators know this and are using it to exploit their system and make money off it, essentially. So after the relationship to data page, I have the references page where I put all the links that I used to make this website. And one of the most useful, I would say, is at the MIT website, which you can see here. And essentially what this is created from MIT, and it is the most in-depth thing I found as far as research goes. So it starts with a very basic visual demo of blockchain and of, which is cryptocurrency. And it shows a very generic example. And you can then go down into each level and see from every different aspect, just to kind of click around and show you an example. So you can actually use real programs and things like that to see how blockchain works and just how secure it can be. And that will conclude my presentation today. I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something about cryptocurrency. For more information, you can check out my website.